Hey, bless up, fam. How y'all doing? Good morning, good morning. How y'all feeling today? Hope y'all feeling good. Hope you're feeling strong. And welcome on in. Jay Weezy, thank you so much for the heads up. As I always say, when I go live, my goal is to do it 10:45 Eastern Time, 9:45 Central Time. And it's not intentional. My laptop, my phone, sometimes when I'm traveling across, because I live real close to time zone and I travel back and forth. Sometimes I set it and I'm thinking it's on my current central time, but it's actually sometimes on Eastern time. So I do apologize for that. And I hope y'all doing well. Hope everybody is doing great. Can y'all believe it? We coming to the end of 2024. Can you really believe it? Think about it, fam. Think about it. We're at the end of 2024. It seemed like it just started and we're already at the end. And man, has 2024 been I don't know what it's been. It's been a whirlwind to me. It's something that I really can't explain. So I hope y'all are getting ready for 2025 because I want to talk to you all about what we're getting into. And I want you to be open-minded. Let's be grown folks about this conversation we're getting ready to get into. But I want you to open up your mind and just don't just get so hung up on what you think or the direction you think is going. I just want you to listen and open up your mind and really think about some of these things. And because I don't know whether you're really paying attention or not, but things are changing rather quickly and it's going to change even faster. I got a chance to look at some technology information, and man, things moving so rapidly. It's going to impact every single one of our lives, whether we agree with them, whether we don't agree with them, whether you tucked away somewhere underneath these trees or whether you are actually out there in the midst of it. We're getting ready to spin rather quickly. And I'm just want to share things with you, fam, because you know I love you. You know I'm glad you're in here, and I appreciate you being in here. Make sure you give me some T's in the chat. Make sure you when you come in, because we didn't have to be here, but we're here at the end of 2024. This is my last Eco Nation news of 2024. We're going to close the book on 2024 right here. So with that said, man, I'm going to send some shout outs to some people, say hello to some people. But I just want to share a few little tidbits of information that I've been just kind of pondering over. And I wish that we can come up with some solutions. And if y'all can, put it in the chat. Talk to me. Y'all know I love the chat. Y'all know I love to talk to you. And I look forward to it. So let's go ahead and let me send a shout. What's up? Good morning, Shy. What's up? What's up? Man, let me get my mouse in the right place. I want to send shout outs to all the beautiful people in the chat. Shy say hello. How you doing? Bless up, bless up, bless up. Miss Beautiful 444. What's going on, Miss Beautiful? Get them T's in the chat. Put them T's in the chat. I'm thankful too, Miss Beautiful. How you doing, Kathy B? What's going on, Kathy B? Grand rising to you, to Gigi and the chat. You know, Gigi is always in the midst. She back there in them bushes back over there. Y'all don't see her head kind of tucking over that branch right there? She back over there in them bushes, but it's all good. Yeah, I feel you. I'm thankful too, y'all. I'm thankful because it's funny. It seems like at the end of every year we lose some people, man. And it seemed like it seemed to me that it's more, even though statistics says that it's not. It just seemed like, man, we this year we made it through a lot. We made it through a lot of fire, and I'm thankful for it. Brother Lawrence, what's going on? What's up with you? What's going on with you? I see the icon, man. I see the icon. I see the vision. Wait a minute. Let me see if I can hit that pose. That's the vision. I see it. I see the vision. I see the work. I see the vision. What's going on, Brother Lawrence? I'm ready for 2024 to go. Okay, Shaq. Okay. So hopefully you got your set on and you're ready to jump on into 2025. And I'm hoping and I'm praying that 2025 will be fantabulous for you, far beyond your expectation, not only for you, for the whole chat. I hope nothing but the best. But let me tell you, part of our conversation is not only am I going to beg you to buy some land, if you don't, if you own land, that's great, but make sure you do some good things. And then that's how I'm going to close this off, because I want to share some things on what's really going on. You know, sometimes we go on our jobs and we work day to day, we live day to day, and sometimes we don't really realize what's really going on. But I just want to give you some hardcore numbers and then let you just kind of spin them numbers around in your head. Tammy, good morning. Good morning to you too, Tammy. What's going on? Making it make sense. If you're gonna say something, if you're gonna do something, it ought to make some sense. You know what I'm saying? What's up, making it make sense? Always good to see you. Good morning to you. Good morning. Yeah, I see Tammy. I see you put the T's in the chat. Put them T's in the chat. Make it make sense. Got them T's in the chat too, as well. Timothy, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you. Good morning. Good morning to you too. And got them T's in the chat. I see you. And the T ain't for no Timothy. It's for thankful, thankful, thankful. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Yeah. All right, Shy. I see you. I see you. Man, yeah, you know, we got another year in the books, fam. Another year pretty much in the books. I'm just letting you know. Hey, get ready, because things going to move a little bit faster. You thought 2020 was something? Over these next 4 to 5 years, y'all going to remember when y'all play this back. You're going to be like, man, Eco tried to tell us, man. Fam, we got to get ready. We got to get ready. And people saying, get ready for what? For a lot of our youth, it will not be fascinating. It will not be amazing, because they never seen what happened in the past versus what happened now. You know, in the past, I don't know if y'all remember. I want y'all to put in the chat. Give me a thumbs up if you remember this. You used to get a turkey at the end of the year. Whether you celebrate these days, and I told you, I need y'all to have an open mind. We're not going to get into sides and none of this kind of stuff, what you believe in, what you don't. But I'm just telling you what used to happen. By this time of the year, you would get maybe even a bonus, you know? And it was very common. It wasn't like only certain jobs. I don't care if it wasn't for $25. I don't care whether it was $50. I don't care if it was a percentage of the sales for the end of the year. Or maybe even going in the beginning of the year, they said, hey, if we hit these expectations and we hit these bonuses, you will get so much money at the end of the year. They used to spell it out to the employees. So it didn't matter whether you were entry level or what. Long time ago, companies reinvested back into their employees. Long time ago. I remember people used to complain about the turkeys. Then I remember they started giving away gift cards, maybe $25, $50, or what have you. You know, you work for a real good company, you made more than that. But $25. Let me give you. Some of y'all, I know I'm dating myself, but I don't mind. Y'all holler at me if I come to your doorstep too. $25. I could fill up my tank of gas and my Cutlass. I could go by McDonald's, pick me up a little something. Feel me? You feel me? And maybe buy me a little bottle of Armor All to go ahead and spray on my tires with $25. Now think about the equivalent of $25. Now some of our cars is $70 to fill it up. It's $60 to fill it up, right? Right? Then to go get you a meal, $15. To get you a little Armor All to spray on your tires or whatever, that's $6, $7, sometimes $10, depends on which kind you get. So you're looking at probably about $80 to $100. They would just give you at the end of the year. Sometimes they did it twice. In November as well as December. And then some of us, if you was in management, and I'm not talking about level, you was a regular supervisor manager, you would get a end of the year bonus if the company did well. I don't know, do y'all remember those days? Do y'all remember that? Or maybe they even had a party and you had all your family to come over. And I can remember years ago, I don't know whether they do this or not, but when I worked at Procter & Gamble, you know what they used to do? They used to have a whole day, P&G day. And you bring out your family, you bring out everything. You can get free diapers, tissue, paper towels. They got rides, they got food, they had drinks. It was everything. All of it was for free. T-shirts, caps, hats, all of it was for free for the employees and their family. When I worked at Habitat, They used to give potluck every Wednesday. So if I was struggling during the week, guess what they had? They had a potluck where it's just free food pretty much all day. Another thing, when I worked at Habitat, they had a food pantry. So if I was struggling, things get tight. Y'all know how it be life, and you know what I'm saying? They had a food pantry where you can go in there. They had a donation bucket. So when you was riding and when you were doing good, you drop something in the food pantry. You know what I'm saying? But some days you didn't have. So you can go into that food pantry and get you a little something. Get you a little drink, get you a little something to eat, to take you through the day. It used to be where companies really invested in each other. You know what I'm saying? Although they still made a bunch of money, but they gave back. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't a lot of outsourcing. They gave into the communities. If they were in the community, they used to make sure they poured right back into the educational system, to donating parks, helping the hospitals, the nonprofits around the area. If the company was in your location, in your city, in your town, you saw the impact of that business. Not only did the people do well and prosper, they made a good little enough income to make ends meet. And they shared with the sales and profits. So it made you want to pour back into that. You know what I'm saying? But now we in 2024, entering in 2025. Now we are in a new age where it's popular to make millions and trillions of dollars, and you got employees making $15 and $17 an hour. Wrap your brain around that, fam. And what we're doing, we're promoting those people. We're hyping those people up. We're making these nerds and these squares to be iconic role models, making billions and trillions of dollars, and the people that's building it and making it for them, they ain't even making ends meet. Some of them don't even make $30,000 a year. That is unexcusable. Did y'all see what went down with the Starbucks employee? It's been going viral. Starbucks employee, if y'all hadn't seen it, there's a Starbucks employee that says they don't make hardly nothing. But if they do well, they perform well. By the time you add up all the bonuses, by the time you add up everything, he's gonna make, the CEO will make over 100, what it is, million, 100 million a year. Wrap your brain around that. What? Okay, I'm not gonna play with y'all because I see y'all don't understand. Company picnic, yeah, I know. Annual company party, that's what I'm talking about. Lorenzo, what's going on? What's going on? Bless up. Salute to you. I hit that like, baby, on your accomplishment. Salute to you, man. Many blessings. Keep rising to the top. Congratulations, Juicing with Jay. Yeah, Christmas bonus. You feel me? Making it make sense. Our bonus is in February. Everybody can't get it. I mean, I don't know if y'all feeling it, but it used to then just be at the top layers. It then used to just be here. It used to trickle down to the everyday employee. You know what I'm saying? It made it better. The end of the year, you know, the money get tight. You're kind of sharing a little bit of yourself. You're giving back to your family, to your friends. Y'all all spreading joy and love. And then you just all of a sudden, oh, man, I got another $80, $100 in my check. You know? That helps, man. That's a morale booster. It makes you feel good. Make you feel connected. Make you feel like you're wanted. You know? Now you might get a card. What's going on, Queen? Many blessings to you. What's going on? Yeah, we don't see that no more. You know, thank the Most High for the day, every day, all day, waking me up to see another day. I feel you. Thank you. They're striking. Good for them. Fam, I would say very good for them. And we ought to strike too. Because enough is enough, fam. People say, well, what can I do? Why would someone that's a billionaire or trillionaires want to be in government? Why? What some of the top pay, what, about 400,000? Some of the top pay a year. But yeah, let me stop. Let me read something to you. Let me go over just a few things with you. Let me see if you see how y'all feeling this. Hopefully, y'all will see where I'm going with this. Let me scroll to the top. Okay, this is just raw data, right? Take it for what you want to. This has nothing to do with who did what and when they did and how they did. I'm just giving you raw data. So let's go in here. During 2024 U.S. federal election cycle, it was the most expensive in history. Let that resonate. An election was the most expensive in history. We're talking about 2024. So all of this stuff is going to be centered around 2024. Now, where do we go from here? That's up to us, you know. But in 2024, it was the most expensive election in history. But who benefited? Who benefited? The everyday person didn't benefit off of that, right? But check this out. They spent about $15.9 billion just for election. Let me say that one more time. $15.9 billion just talking about making it rain. Ooh, that's a flood, baby. Imagine $15 billion just for a one-day event. And all you get to do is pick a person one time. But where did 15 million come from? Just say 16 billion. Might as well say, come on, man. We fudging with numbers. Okay. Let me play with this with you. Okay. The CEO of Starbucks, I'm not going to even call his name because it's shameful. It's shameful what I'm finna say. And he's not the only one. This is just an example because it's been trending. I just want to kind of go over this just because it's been trending. You can carbon copy this throughout our companies that we support on a daily basis, the companies that we feed on a daily basis, the companies that we support on a daily basis. And people say, we can't do nothing. We can do something. We can stop our habits. We can transition. We can say, until some things get rearranged, some furniture get rearranged, and you start treating your people better, we're not going to support it. But that's up to you. Now, I'm just going to give you some numbers, right? Nothing against them, but they're not the only ones now, because I'm going to name a few of them, right? So Starbucks CEO in 2024, his base salary was 1.6 million. That's his base. All right. So he had the potential to earn up to $23 million in share-based bonuses each year. Just in the bonus. See, they play with your head, fam. When the rich and elite, they do things. Oh, I don't get a salary. I don't make money. I just donate my time. I just donated everything. Really? Come on, man. 1.6 base salary. Now you tell me what job you have had the last time. Maybe in sales, okay? Excluding sales, okay? You're administrative hand, and you saying, hey, I'm getting base salary 1.6, but my bonuses could be $23 million just in the bonuses. A cash bonus of nearly 3.6 million. That's in addition to the 1.6 and the 23. Then you add the 3.6 million. They throw around these numbers like it's nothing. Now it says he additionally received $10 million just to sign on. Just to sign on. He left Chipotle and went on over to Starbucks. His sign-on bonus. And some people say, I want to play ball. I want to do this. I want to do that. This is 1 year. We're not talking about over the next 5 to 6 years. We're talking about 1 year. Now, you best believe he's going to want the employees working to achieve his goals, to achieve the accomplishments. That's just one company, fam. Stay with me now. And one person One person. I'm going to go somewhere with this now. He got the opportunity to make some serious money this year. This year's gone. It'll be interesting what he made. Now, it says that the average, because I'm doing all of my little research from live, y'all, so go with me on this. The average, so I said, hey, what does the average Starbucks employee make? So in the United States, an average hourly wage ranges from $15 to $24 in 2024. I'm gonna let that just sit there for a minute. $15 to $24, they ought to be ashamed of themselves. And I ain't talking about raising the price of no coffee. You don't have to raise the price of the coffee. The money's coming in. The money is coming in. You don't have to raise no price to raise wages. Stop with the foolishness. Stop telling people these lies. You don't have to. You can leave the price just where it's at. But you can disseminate some of these because people having to work 2 and 3 jobs to make ends meet, and they making you millions of dollars. And if you look at it over years, it's billions of dollars. And they're coming to work every single day. They're on the front line every single day. When people get sick, coughing, and spreading germs, they're on the front line every single day. And you don't think enough. You so selfish that you don't think enough to trickle. You could trickle some dollars down and get their wages up so they can live a better life, so they can take care of their family. Because they're taking care of you. It'll be different if they weren't taking care, doing nothing for you. But they actually helping you to achieve. Because he understand potential bonuses come when employees do what they need to do. The potential bonuses come in that's more than what he makes on a base salary. The potential bonuses come from his staff. Treating customers with a friendly smile, giving them what they ask for, doing it in a timely manner, coming to work, showing up, lifting bags of sugar, unloading trucks, managing your budget, making sure that every store hits its goals, reducing hours of the employees that's working alongside them, reducing the hours so the numbers can make sense. For who? And we can't even give a $10 gift card, $25 gift card at the end of the year. Fam, the new wave of business, the new wave of what we're doing in this country, and we wonder why we don't have a great employees, why we don't have great people, and we want to automate everything, is because we've been treating our people like crap. And it's getting worse. It's not getting better. And it becomes a way of life. And now we even honor people like this. We look up. They're successful. They're doing great. I want to read every book they write. I want to support them every kind of way that I can support. $15 an hour. In the state of Florida, I looked at the state of Florida because Florida don't pay that much for their staff. Understand this, before you move to Florida, check the wages in Florida because Florida wages are garbage. And we don't get no state taxes, that's what they say. But you taxed every day by what you make every year. So I said, okay, if the lowest at the bottom is $15, I'm just curious, what Florida the average? So when I checked it out, CBS News said that in Florida, the average hourly pay for Starbucks employees is approximately, that means, hey, because we talking averages now. We talking averages. The average is approximately $15, which equals up to $31,200 per year if they're working full time. If they're working full time. And I guarantee you that $15 hour probably ain't working full time. And the way that these companies do, they move your hours all over the place. They have you in the morning one time, in the evening, on the weekends, on one day, this day, and they fill up your schedule where your schedule is just fluctuating and you can't get another second job. You know, years ago, it used to be if I work part-time, I work 20 hours here and I work from such and such hour to such and such time at such and such day to such and such day. We want all of you. We want every ounce of you, and we want you totally dependent on us. We're going to fluctuate your schedule. We're going to fluctuate, and we do it to ourselves. Even the management won't even stand up and say, look, this ain't right. This ain't the way we, even if we're not going to pay these people that much, we need to at least get them a set schedule so that they can try to find some other job to help compensate. They like working here. They enjoy working here. Great company. At least let's work with them and give them a good schedule that they can depend on. And let's stop playing with their hours. Let's stop doing this and stop doing that. But we're doing it to ourselves, man. We at the bottom of the pool, feeding at the bottom scraps. Whatever is not eating at the top, that hasn't been eaten on the way down. And we picking up whatever's left. And it's okay. One person make all that money. And we paying people $15 an hour, not even $32,000 a year. Now, when the last time you looked at the price of a home or a condo in the state of Florida? When the last time you bought a car? What's a car payment? Because most places down here in the South, you got to have a car. How much does it take to fill up a car? Now, all of this, I'm saying prior to taxes. They still got to pay income tax. They still got to pay tolls. They still got to pay tolls, y'all. If you're not down here, you don't understand. Come on down. Imagine you 15, 16, okay, $17 an hour because you around Orlando. And you going through tolls. You gassing up your car. It's a shame. And we're looking at probably about $75 million in 1 year. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. I'm not gonna keep belaboring. Let's get off Starbucks. Let's trickle on down. We're gonna trickle on down because I said I'm talking about some more people. Okay, let's talk about the big elephant in the room. We got Mr. Musk. Okay, he's the CEO of Tesla, SpaceX. He donated in the election $118 million. Just donated it. And guess what he gets to do? Write it off. But notice 118, how many families could you feed off of 118 million? That's chump change. That's throwaway change. And people say, they worked hard for what they got. They did. I ain't saying they didn't. But just because you can afford to put a park, afford to put a walk, afford to kick out families and build a park and then put a fence around and say you can't come in and just sit it there and then let the stuff rot instead of putting something that can give back to the community or be a part of the community. It's shameless, fam. And I'm not saying nothing in specific to these individuals, fam. I can't say whether they donate to this or do that, but I'm saying there's something wrong with our system. It's something wrong with employees working day to day, and they're not getting no support from who they're working for. They just putting out a product and people just taking complete advantage of it. And that's shameless. All right, let's keep going. Let's go. I was going to name some of the people, but I don't want to get into parties because it don't matter what side of the field you on. We talking about people giving millions upon millions of dollars to whatever party they want to give to. I don't care about the parties. I'm talking about this mindset of it's okay for us to be in this beautiful country and you got a price of a home that takes you 40 years to pay for. A car that takes you now 8 years to pay for. That's a lot of your time. And we got people just throwing away millions and billions of dollars just for one day's event. One day event. Let me keep going. I'm going to go to the chat real soon, y'all, because I know I'm losing. I know y'all got something to say. I'm eager to hear what you have to say. All right. So here we go. I don't want to go into that. Let me skip that section. I got a lot of stuff I want to share, and I'm not going to hold you too long. Okay, let's go into Procter and Gamble. Procter and Gamble. I told you I used to work for them. Now that CEO makes $22.96 million. Let me say that again. Approximately, let me say approximately 22.96 million. Base salary is 1.6. That sound familiar? Yeah, y'all feel me? That's what they do. They play with it. Oh, we're in line with the company, the this and that. Base salary 1.6. That's basically you just come to work, you're gonna and if you maintain, do the minimum what you need to do, you get 1.6. Bonus 4.1. Not as modest, but I'm trying to show you a trend. Procter & Gamble, you go Google and look how long Procter & Gamble been around. They're an old school company. The way they work is still somewhat old school, but it's changing. The landscape is changing. These new companies, these new tech guys and all this other stuff, they screwing their people. Not just tech, but all these new companies, these new CEOs are popping up, they got a different mindset. They're not thinking like building the country and thinking about if I take care of the people that work for me, who feeds me, I can eat a whole lot better for a whole lot longer. They're not thinking like that. What they're thinking about, if I could just get it real quick, if I could just squeeze everything out and get it real quick. And if I miss my shot the next 5 years with this kind of money, I'm good because money attracts money. Stock option awards at 16.9 million. Now let me put a pin right there. We all know, basically, I don't know if it's like this, but years ago when I worked at Procter & Gamble, if you worked at the job, you got shares for every pretty much hour you work or weekly work, right? You got shares of the company. Now, probably like other companies like Publix and other companies like that, they probably do McDonald's, other people, they do the same. Now that's massive. I didn't read nowhere about people getting shares. Maybe they could probably buy shares, but I'm not sure whether the average employee can get shares of Starbucks. Do for every hour they give them shares? I say give. I ain't saying buy. I didn't say opportunity to buy. Do they give them shares? Because shares is life-changing. When you get shares of a company and the company does well, that means when the company do well, you do well by your share stocks. Your value of your shares go up, right? So guess what you're doing? You're providing a residual-based income, whether they go to work or not, to your employees. You're giving them a gift that keeps on giving. They say the stock and option awards is 16.9 million. We talking about this still same one person. Other compensation is $375,651, which covers personal use of company aircraft, retirement plan, contributions, group insurance, and other benefits. The average family is light years away. We got two different USAs. You got one USA is the small, wealthy elite, and you got the rest of the people. Rest of the people. There's no way in the world where people having this much money that you will not be oppressed not to rise up to the top. They say everybody get an equal share, but once you start doing dibbing and dabbling, most of them kinfolks. They all married to somebody, family that's connected to somebody, and that gap is getting wider and wider, and you getting pushed down further and further. But you know what? They rich because of us. Every time you wipe your butt with that tissue or that paper towel, every time you sip that latte or that drink, you pouring it into them. You pouring into them. And my thing is, hold them accountable, fam. Hold them accountable. Treat people right. Do right things. Pour into the communities, not certain high-level contributions that don't trickle down to the people or don't go directly to the people. You know, hey, I gave to this foundation, I gave to this association, but really, do it really get to the regular, everyday people, regular smugglers, what they call them? I don't know. We're gonna keep going. Let's keep going, y'all. We're gonna keep going. So this is what I did. So what's the average wage for a Procter & Gamble employee? Just under $70,000. So the average employee makes somewhere around anywhere between 64 to right at $68,000 per year. That's the average employee. Now, remember, bonuses are nowhere near as that coffee. The products that they make, which is a wide variety, is almost in every household. And we all now really kind of count on those things. Remember, that coffee is an option. It's only very few people that do that, right? I want you to follow where I'm going at. But now here we have an everyday household product that's distributed throughout, and the bonuses are not that much as that coffee. The employees make a whole considerable amount, more than 2 times the amount. The base for $32,000. Now we got the base right here, or the average. I should say the average, not the base. The average. Now we got almost $70,000. See, them old school mindsets, they ain't only giving them stock options and different things like that, but it's distributed throughout from the beginning, employees, once you get off your little probation or whatever you want to call it, all the way up to the top. The new corporation, the new business have gone away from this. And you know what they're doing? They're getting more into politics in the everyday life because they want to control everything. They want every single drop of every single person. They want to capitalize on every single person on a minute by second basis. And they want to keep squeezing. They can't squeeze no more and drop you and go wherever in the world they're going to go to do the same thing. And we feed into that beast. Let's keep going. Okay. Y'all know where I'm gonna go. You already know where I want to touch on. Let me go into the chat for this. While I'm going to the chat, I want you to think about this. What if we gave every single household $100,000 a year? What if we gave every single household $100,000 a year? I'm going to show you why universal income is more advantageous than you going to work. It's almost like an inmate going to prison. If you ain't making but $32,000 out here on the street, but I lock them up and I can get $80,000 a year off of them. Okay. Maybe I don't see it. Maybe it's something you don't see. Because the crazy thing about it, I'll go back to that. I'm keep that in mind. Keep a pin on that. Y'all remind me to go back to the 100,000 because I got a point I want to say about the 100,000. Every household, $100,000 a year. I got something I want to come back to. I'm not for or against it. I'm just throwing stuff out here, y'all. All right, let me go back up. They are striking good for them. Okay, that's where I think I stopped at. They're too busy lining their own pockets. Yes, Queen. I used to buy Starbucks. I used to buy Starbucks anymore. I don't buy Starbucks anymore. I used to be a caramel coconut. I feel they get done. Look, it's greed. You're right. Make it make sense. It's greed. You stop buying and shopping with them, it'll hurt their pocket. You know, let's just not just stop buying. Let's have some conversations. Let's have something behind that. Because some people, all they just know, oh, you're not buying, I'm finna go to something else and I'm finna do this. Let's have conversations on why we're stop buying. That's what I liked about that employee. Because the employee got a conversation. Let's have a conversation on how you treat your employees. Let's have this mindset of it's okay to make millions of dollars a year. Nothing against that. But come on. Maybe instead of having $110 million in a year, maybe take 10 million and distribute it throughout your company. I ain't talking about giving nothing to nobody. They working every day. What about taking a 10 million and just say, hey, I got employees. I'm just going to distribute this throughout the company. I'm going to distribute this throughout the company. Oh, then they probably won't come work. So what? So what? You did the right thing, because guess what you're going to do? You got high turnover rates anyway. You constantly hiring people anyway. But what if some of them stay? What if some of them say, every year when we do well, he distribute a portion of his bonuses throughout the company with us? I'm talking about significant. Yeah, I might make 30 some odd $1,000. Let's do the same thing with employees. I made $30,000 this year, but I got a bonus of $90,000. See, that sounds crazy to an average working person, but at the end of the year, I get $90,000 plus my $30,000. That seems crazy, but it's happening every single day in all of these companies. Every day. And we hold them accountable. We don't do it. We don't hold them accountable. Let's go. I'm gonna scroll down. If I skipped your comments, not intentional, I'm just scrolling down so I can kind of get down. Miss Beautiful, what's going on? It's water poured over coffee beans and splash of milk and sugar. No reason. Now, don't get caught up in Starbucks, because the same thing Starbucks is doing, Panera Bread, all these different companies, fam. And these people making nothing, but they taking care of the companies. They're making sure people don't steal. They're making sure people not breaking in. They locking the doors. They cutting on the lights. They cutting the freezer. They when the shutdown, they're making sure everything is off. The oven's off. The boiler's off. They're making sure everything's good. They securing the bag. And you can't show them the love. The love of money is the root of all evil. What's up, J3? What's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you, fam. But I'm just saying, fam. Hey, Maria, how you doing? Happy New Year to you, too. Let's see. His donation is to operate as president or VP. That was definitely quid pro quo. Well, you got, he ain't the only one up there, CEO. He ain't the only CEO up there. It's so many of them up there. And if they're not up there, they give them oodles of boodles of money. Now, understand this. Imagine this. Remember, government was always designed to do what? Public service, right? Not only to protect and serve, but to also keep us safe, keep us healthy. Think about it, man. Well, we've gone to another limit, not to oppress the people, but enhance their lifestyles, to make a better lifestyle here in the great USA. Now we got people working every day to lock people up, to tax people, to monitor people, to patrol people. And it should not be so. Imagine here you are in a race and you done conditioned yourself, you done did everything to be healthy for this race. And you've been disciplined, your diet, your exercise, and your rest. You even got hurt a couple of times, you done mended yourself, and you get ready on race day. And then you realize that you don't have no emblems on your shirt, nothing, no bands. Your cup is a regular old cup, styrofoam cup. And then you line up next to somebody and they got all this names of companies all over them, and they got all of this, and then they got wristbands, a cup saying a certain company, saying a certain name. They got a whole crew around them. They got a massage therapist. They got a doctor on hand. They got fancy shoes that give them a competitive advantage. They got their clothes light, they give them a competitive advantage, and it wickers, and even their hairstyle, everything is aerodynamic. The glass is aerodynamic. Everything is enhancement. And guess what they found out? They got what the head of the race and the head of the race committee, they found a way that they can allow them halfway through the race where they can actually ride on an electric vehicle to take them 3/4 through the race. And you standing over here looking like, how is this fair? How is this okay? Well, they got the money. Does that make it right though? That don't make that right. That's not even fair. That's it. I might not even. I don't even need the race. They can walk and still gonna outpace me. Because all they gotta do is get to the shuttle. When they get to the shuttle, whatever that little electric thing going, they can speed on right past all of us. But we run and we keep running, we keep running, we keep running, we keep running, we keep going, we keep going. And guess what happens? They put more and more money into those people that got the competitive advantage. And you on the meanwhile get nothing. But maybe, great job. Good job. All right, Eco. Way to go, Eco. Man, that's a lot. It takes a lot of discipline to do what you did. Man, you like to get it from the mud. Man, you're a hard worker. Great hard worker. Man, maybe next time. I tell you, maybe next time. Just maybe next time. Maybe next time, Eco. You're getting there. You're getting there. Much better than last year. Much better than last year. Just hold the faith. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. You'll get there. You'll get there. We in a race and we ain't even competitive. We ain't even in there at all. What's up, Juan? What's going on? Good morning to you too. What's up, Toy? What's going on? Welcome in, Chris White. Great rules, because we let it. Because we let it. There's no accountability. There's no accountability. That's the only reason why I rules. But there's more people. Well, I'll leave that there. Every once in a blue moon, I'll go to Starbucks. It's overrated, in my opinion. Hey, once again, I ain't bashing Starbucks. I'm giving you some examples, right? I'm giving you some examples of how we have changed. They talk about America has changed. It's by design, because we have allowed, without no accountability, and we have promoted year after year. We're watching. Okay, let's talk about Amazon. Okay, Amazon, Jeff Bezos. I mean, I got a little something on him too. Let's do this. Let's do this. I'm gonna play with some numbers with you. We're gonna go to Amazon, right? All right. Amazon. Here we go. There we go. All right. So as of 2024, Jeff Bezos, the former, well, he's the founder and the former CEO of Amazon, he continues to receive a modest, listen to this, a modest salary from the company throughout his tenure. After stepping down, Bezos' base salary has remained $80,000. So Jeff Bezos made $80,000 a year base salary. Remember how they play with us with these numbers, how they play with our minds and our emotions. When you go to a job, you get a base salary, and that's it. Unless you're in sales or maybe upper management. But the everyday person, their base salary is their salary. But listen, the story gets a little bit more interesting. So what is that? Tax evasion or whatever? I don't know what that is. $80,000 per year. We know probably making that per second. But anyway, let's go. We're gonna keep going. Now, it says, despite this modest salary, Bezos' substantial wealth primarily stems from his significant ownership stake in Amazon. All right, let me speed through it. Listen to this, fam. Take your time and listen to this. Between 2023 and 2024, his net worth increased dramatically. So within this year, I'm telling y'all, 2024 was amazing for very few, but anyway. His net worth increased dramatically, resulting in earnings of approximately, so it's not square on, $8 million per hour. $8 million per hour. Is that a 40-day week? I guess Amazon don't work, but from 9 to 5. Let me say this one more time. $8 million per hour. Imagine one year making $8 million per hour. Does Amazon work bank hours? So if they work bank hours, that means he don't make 8 million every hour. But if Amazon works around the clock, $8 million per hour. I don't think y'all be really paying attention who you looking at on TV. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's keep going. So what do you think the average salary is with Amazon? The average salary, according to this stat, to the Zip Recruiter, this is Zip Recruiter. Don't come at me. Okay, let's just do this. United States is approximately $74,619, which is equal to $35.87 per hour. Our work. Let me say that, our work. Much different between the other side. Let me say our work. So $74,000, that kind of sounds a little bit similar to P&G, but the numbers are like night and day. Now, the average warehouse worker, according to Glassdoor, this is where I got this information. I could be a little bit off, but Glassdoor would be off. The average warehouse worker makes $17 to $22 per hour, depending on the location and experience. We already know that. The drivers, the average pay for drivers, it varies according to the Wall Street Journal, is around $22 per hour. They recently just got a 7% pay increase according to the Wall Street Journal. Wow, they gave them 7%. Way to go. Way to go. They're putting their life on the line every single day. They in people's yards and dogs and people shooting and people, all of that. Now, remember, we're talking about their delivery drivers. Remember that they subcontract out to other people, right? So you think they making that? I'm just saying. All right, let's go. I'm finna bring this to a close. We're gonna get down to this 100,000 I was talking about. All right. So if according to my calculations, could be a little bit off, right? If every household got $100,000 per year in the USA, just you're here, you're a citizen, you get $100,000 every household. Every household get $100,000. I know there'll be a lot of households that would kind of break up and try to have more, but just say we leave it right now. 130 million households as of 2023. That's 130. So that comes to $13 trillion per year. $13 trillion per year. That, hey, we're going to give you 13 trillion. We're going to give Americans $13 trillion per year, right? If you had to break that down from 52 weeks at 40 hours, that's $6,250,000 per hour. So if you got one individual making $8 million an hour, one person, and if you had to give the whole United States, it didn't say what the company making, didn't say what the next to the CEO making, didn't say what some of the other CEOs, not the other CEOs, some of the chief financial officers, it didn't say none of their salaries. I'm saying one person makes more than if you gave every single household in the United States $100,000 a year. One person. And we don't see nothing wrong with that. Come on, fam. Well, okay, let's even say this. All of us got 100,000. The price of everything will go up. Why? Because we still feeding these same greedy people. Price of everything will go up because now everybody got money. Why does it have to go up? Because they greedy. It don't have to go. That's just like I told you about the coffee. If you gave people a $90,000 bonus at the end of the year, your employees, you gave them a $90,000. Great job. Y'all did excellent. Y'all make me millions of dollars. hundreds of millions of dollars. So I'm finna give you $90,000. The price of the coffee don't have to go up. Stop letting people lie to you. Well, wages went up, so everything got to go up. And we keep, you're right. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, we give them more money. That means we drive up minimum wage. Yeah, the price of everything gonna go up. Yeah, it must go up. We just give whatever they tell us. And we see the numbers don't lie. You see the gap. You can easily break that off and give it. Give it to the people that worked and earned it and they paid into it. They worked on, because you can't tell me that some of the employees don't buy from their company that they work for. You can't tell me they don't buy. And you know who you probably know some of the majority of they sales come from? The employees. The employees. How many times have you ever worked in a department store or food restaurant and you got hungry and you be like, let me go to the register. Let me go get something off the shelf and then go and pay for this during my break or during my lunch. They be banking on that, fam. They be banking on that. Sometimes employees are the ones keeping some of them low months going, keeping the lights on. And you don't want to share them off just a little bit. Oh, they might get beyond themselves. We got to keep them low. And you don't have to go up on the price of nothing. Those are lies. Those are all untruths. You can give every single individual household $100,000 and you wouldn't even have to go up on the price of nothing. You want to know why? Because we're going to end up giving it right back to you. Matter of fact, if you gave the average household $100,000, we'll end up giving you even more than what you're making now, because we'll give it right back to you. So we just have more to give to you. And the cycle continues to go on and on and on. So that leads me to what do we do about that, Eco? What do we do? Have a conversation, stop giving them your money, and then you can turn the money back on when they start doing the right thing. That's one thing. The reason why I'm a proponent of buying you some land, because the rate that we are going, because they are smart enough to realize that more and more Americans are waking up and few Americans are selling, and they are diversifying more and more. They're doing global trade and they're putting their roots in other places. And because the lights been turned on and the roaches are scurrying, and now they say, hey, I got to leave. I got to diversify what I'm doing. So now I'm fixing to take some of these third world countries. I'm finna build them up and make them all great, make them amazing. And I'm going to do the same thing that was done over here, over there. So what did that leave us? That means it's going to get tighter. Inflation going to go up. Of course, the dollar will devalue. We know that. All right. Then we need a place. We need a place where we can have our water. Because remember that now that I told you they used to share, they used to do stuff. They got cars with out. You need heated seats. Did you pay your subscription? It used to be where you can pretty much had Microsoft or Apple or different things. They didn't have app. They had CDs. You'll buy a laptop and it'll come with a bundle, a software package. You used to buy a software package. You know what you could do when you finish loading that software package? Just say that laptop goes down or that computer go down. You take that software and then you can take it and load it to your next laptop or your next desktop. The accessibility of the things that we just take for granted, they're going to get harder and harder to get to, because the more you can be depressed, the more you spend, the more you contribute to this cycle. The more you educate yourself, the more you build on yourself, the less you will contribute. It's a proven fact. People with more money do more wiser things in most cases, right? In most cases, not all. You do have a few. It's always a few to everything. But get you some land. Get you a place. Get you a place with natural resources, because it will become more and more valuable. Because once they can figure out how they already charge us for water. I can buy a can of beer for cheaper than I can a bottle of plastic water, a plastic bottle of water, a recycled plastic bottle of water costs more than a can of fruit juice or alcohol or whatever. That's where we are. Your food is going to be nothing to pay for $25 or $30 watermelon. It's going to be nothing. And if you say, I'm not paying $30 or whatever for no watermelon, you know what they're going to do? Oh, that's fine. We'll cut up this $30 watermelon and we end up making $50 off of it because we'll cut it up in slices and charge you $10 for a container where we sliced it. And we could probably get 10 containers out of this one watermelon. And we'll charge you $8, $10 for it. And you're going to buy it because you're not going to pay for the $30 watermelon. And you're going to actually increase the profits. Because that's what we do here. And we keep doing it over and over. I don't feel like going out there and working in the garden. I don't feel like going and watering my grass. I don't feel like going feeding the chickens. I don't feel like cutting no trees. I don't feel like starting a fire. I don't feel it's going to be a lot we don't feel like. And if we're not careful, we're going to have to do a lot of not feeling likes. So my solution is everybody gonna continue to watch this live. They're gonna get up and go to Starbucks or go up whatever corporation, and they're gonna do whatever. We're gonna continue to do the same thing, and then y'all gonna hear me ranting again come next week, and we're gonna keep doing the same thing. But a few of you are gonna listen, and you're gonna take heed, because one thing the rich will do, and that's buy some land. One thing the rich will do is buy a business. One thing the rich will do is buy into natural resource, agricultural land. Y'all heard Bill says, I'm sick of us slaughtering cows. I'm sick of the methane gas, and I'm going to push more and more this fake meat. If we're getting better and better at it, and we're serving it to restaurants, because remember, all these people, they all in the same little, it ain't but a few of them, and they all just watching us go after each other, get caught up on race, parties, Super Bowls, playoffs, and they would just watch us compete. Look, they so cute down there. They just, man, how many millions did they make me today? Look at them. They fighting amongst themselves. They doing all that thing. Whoa, that got a little bit close. Let me go. You ready to catch that flight? Yeah, let's go ahead and catch that flight. We'll go ahead and look at the other side of our other playpen, and let's go ahead and do that. And then every now and then, you know what we'll do? Let's start some controversy. You know what? I got the plan to start some controversy to distract them. I'm going to talk about race. I'm going to talk about sex, gender. I'm going to talk about something to just rally them up. That way they don't pay attention. They can stay asleep. They can just stay asleep. And we can continue to do it. That's what I'm talking about, Bob. That's what I'm talking about, Nico. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Tom, go ahead. Meanwhile, we just keep doing it. Ain't breaking no cycles, ain't changing nothing. It's funny when you start eating your own eggs, you ain't paying $15 for 24 eggs. You ain't paying $9 for 12 eggs. You pumping your own water, you ain't paying that water bill because you paid for a well. It's funny. It's funny all of a sudden. Now things ain't hitting like it used to hit. It's funny now you making your own coffee. Now it's funny you growing your own fruit, growing your own vegetables. Oh, you better not trade. You better not trade, because we're going to do digital currency, and we're going to track every single move, every single thing you do. You give your mama $5, we're going to know about it. I just cash out you. Bing. Or I just transfer that in your account. Bing. So come the end of the year, I didn't make but $32,000. Oh, but you got over $1,000 over that year in bonuses. Bonuses? My job didn't give me. Nah, but your nephew, you had a birthday party, you made $250. You did this, you made this. So now we got to tax you on that too. But who won the playoff? Man, ain't nothing wrong with that, fam. But we got to think about what we're doing. We got to start moving wiser. We got the buying power, but we got to have a conversation. We got to get real. We got to try to hold some people accountable. And let's have some real conversation where we get lifted up too. You're working every single day. You should get lifted up too. And it's not selfish to say, I should work enough to pay my house off in 2 to 5 years. Let's stop this 40-year stuff. Let's stop this 30-year stuff, fam. Let's get off of this. But if we keep going where we're going, we won't even be able to, you remember I had a video. I said, it's going to be common for us to have a mortgage for the rest of our life. From the day we come here all the way through. It's going to be very common for us to do that. It's called rent. It's called rent. I don't want to repair nothing. I don't want to cut the grass. I don't want to paint. I don't want to do no repairs. I don't want to do nothing because you're plugged into the system. And your time and your life will be sucked dry. And you're going to sit here, become my age or 20 years or 30 years from my age. And you're going to be like, I did my whole life for somebody else. I didn't even get to enjoy nothing. Yeah, that 1 or 2 cruise or that 1 or 2 year that I did this or that wasn't nothing. I watched trees grow in my lifetime. I ain't never get to watch it. Didn't even never get to see it. My family is, all my kids are grown. I ain't spend no time with them. I paid people to do that. I had them in so many programs because I was working all the time. Because I didn't want to change the oil. I didn't want to mow the grass. I didn't want to trim the hedge. I didn't want to paint the house. I didn't want to do none of that. I didn't want to grow no garden. I didn't want to. So I gave up my whole life for somebody that did everything I've tried to want to do or dreamt of doing. And it ain't no bunch of people. It's only a few. And we watch day after day. Oh, that's so sad what's happening over in Hawaii. Glad it's not happening here. Oh, that's so sad what happened over in India and Brazil and in Mexico. It's so sad. But what happens when it comes doing this here? Knock, knocking at your door. Somebody save me. Somebody come help me. Somebody do something. Oh, you know we saw you. We got it through your phone. If you got CEOs, they saying, hey, I'm into politics. I just so happen to own cell phone company, number 1 cell phone company. I just so happen to own smart devices and this and that. And if I just change the privacy laws, or I change this, or I just change that, I got the right to do whatever. Or if I don't hold some of these companies I don't have to change the law, but I won't hold these companies accountable for equal pay or for right pay or for no diversity, for no nothing. If I don't do any of these things, guess what I do? I get to run them up and do whatever I want to and increase and spread that gap further and further. And it's not because you didn't work. It's not because you didn't put in the time. It's not because you didn't get the education. It's not because you did not break any laws. You followed the plan and you stayed in lines, the coloring lines. You didn't disrupt the situation. You didn't empower yourself to obtain natural resources. Because with inflation, you're going to see that if you can eat and have a shelter over your head, it's almost like my mama said. She grew up on the farm, daughter of sharecropper. She said we always had food, we always had shelter. It was cold nights and it was hot days. But we always had food on the farm. We always had shelter. And she said, I didn't even know we was poor until I went to stay with my aunt in Miami. I had no idea we was poor. There was an article that I read about it was a testimony of some African Americans back in, I think it was the 20s, during the Depression. And he said that he did not know that the United States was under a depression at that time until he saw, this is his words, he saw a white man digging in the trash for food. What was the difference between him and that white man he saw digging in the trash? He was living off the land. He didn't have that much. So the poor, they're gonna be all right. The ones homeless and all that, some of us gonna wish we had their skill set. But we can change that going into 2025 and further by making wise decisions, by doing smart things, and not keep feeding the system. And there's nothing wrong with accountability. And dream big when you ask for something. Don't ask for nothing. You know, well, if I could just get $200,000, no, $200,000 not going to change your life. Not going to be generational change, because you end up giving it right back. Go big, but just don't do nothing at all. So fam, I want you to think about a lot of these things and ask some questions. You know, you look at your company you're working for. You know, one way we can definitely do better is by, once again, I know it's an old trend and we done got away from it, but look for local businesses. Look for businesses that hire people. And then when you do patronize those businesses, say the reason why I'm here buying in this store, even though your products are higher and your service is not the greatest, which you need to improve, I want to get more of my contacts to do business with you. But I just need you to do one thing. I need you to do better about customer service. I need you to hire more people and hire them in this community. Don't bring in people from somewhere else. Bring in our community, wherever you are. And I want to support your business more. Yes, that means you got to get up out your couch. Yes, that means you got to go put on some clothes, brush your teeth, wash your crack, and do all that stuff, and put on a little deodorant. Yes, that means you might need to put on your hat or your wig or what have you. And then, yes, that means you have to go in the car, crank the car up, put the car in drive or reverse. And yes, that means you got to drive over there and go and walk into the store. And then when you walk into the store, you got to look on the aisle and you got to go look. And you might have to bend down and pick up something and then reach and get something. Yes, that means you have to do that. Then you have to wait in line and you have to go and you got to check out. Yes, that means that. Because you know what you've done? You just stimulated the economy, your local community. You bought some gas. Yes, you bought some deodorant because you just used the last little bit of it. But you use your local community. You help those small businesses, and you're helping those small businesses grow, and you're encouraging them to give back to the community. You're encouraging them to build and pour into the community. This is how you can evoke change. Now, is it easy for me to do this? Or it'll be here in the next 3 hours. Yes, that's easy, fam. And I'm not saying don't do it at all, but come on. Use a concerted effort. Split some of that dollars. We're asking the CEOs to do it. We got to do it too. When it trickles down to us, we got to do it too. What we're watching, you got to think about it. You got one company that delivers abundance on an everyday basis. $8 million an hour. Get out of here, fam. $8 million an hour. And you know, meanwhile, what's happening? The mom and pop business closing, even Walmart closing. So what if your local Walmart closed? How many people you think they hire? I'm not saying they good. Hold them accountable too. Stop fluctuating these part-time people job hours. Give these people some consistent pay. And if you're not going to hire them full-time, give them a set work schedule. Hold them accountable. Learn their rules and their practices and start thinking about some of their employees because they can't say nothing. You, the consumer, got the more power. Start asking, how does Walmart treat you? What are some things you would like to see? And then start communicating that. Chat, send them an email. Everybody need to unite and keep talking. Keep raising people up, right? Invoke change. Yeah, it's color outside the line. Yeah, I got to go and open up my email. Yeah, I got to go and look for the website where I can leave that comment. Yeah, I got to tweet this. Yeah, you tweeting anyway. You on social media anyway. In order to invoke change, it's more than just money. Your commitment to utilizing services and people, when you stop and create those interruptions and then have a conversation behind it, don't just stop and they be like, dog, I wonder what happened right there. Okay, let me go find something else. They're going to do the same thing when they move to the next spot. But if you start having a conversation, invoking conversations, and stop worrying about, well, this party and that's that party, and this person is shaded lighter than this person, and this person is darker, and I'm not going to do this for this, and I'm not going to do it. Stop being distracted. Stop being distracted. That's a distraction. Be intentional about what we're doing, and let's make it count. Let's make it count. Same way that somebody can make millions of dollars bouncing a ball around or throwing a ball from one end, which I ain't saying they shouldn't make millions, because there's no way those owners should be, once again, the same thing. The owners making trillions of dollars and these guys making millions. It don't add up. Don't get caught up in the analogy. Think about the concepts. So why can't I bag up or stock a store and make $100,000 a year? I mean, that allows me to buy a house. That allows me to buy a car, to go to work, and pay for daycare, childcare, and the childcare center. Oh, everybody making that, so I'm going to charge them more than they mortgage. Stop it, y'all. Greed. It works on the low level as well as the high to the mid. These people barely making it, and you just knocking them off. Your employees don't get paid nothing to keep those kids, and then you're taking this diaper from this diaper and this white from this white because the people can't afford to keep it. They barely able to make that child care payment, which is sometimes more than they rent or they mortgage. And you got one of their most precious gifts. Meanwhile, the person that's working there might be making $15, $16 an hour. Might. Where that money going? Get the owners killing it. They making so much money, man. They sweating dollar bills. And the people, they get sick. They still got to come to work because they barely making it. They too scared they might lose their job if they call in. But you guarding human lives. All right, y'all. Y'all stay blessed. And let's leave on a positive note. Positive note is, yes, we can invoke change. We can be more compassionate amongst each other. We can start being concerned. We can change the momentum, because 23, 24 was a great year for wealthy people. Was a fantabulous year for wealthy people. But since it was so grand, break us off. Break us off some. Share a little bit of that. It ain't even gonna put a dent in your pocket. It won't do it. Your jet fuel costs that you don't even think about cost more than what it would take to just break some people off. Oh, ain't nothing wrong. It's the end of the year. Ain't nothing wrong with giving people some just thank yous. Give you some thank yous. It ain't gonna be enough. Even $90,000 ain't enough to be like, I'm out of here. Some of y'all might be peace, I'm out of here, but you still, it ain't life changing money. But when you look at inflation, you look at the cost of stuff, it's just relative. I mean, why does it take 40 or 30 years to pay for a house? Why? When I could buy a car the same prices for that house that I paid for that house, I could pay that off in 5 years. The structure of this stuff is backwards. The structure of this society is backwards. We all need shelter. We all need a place to stay. It should not be no gigantic gap between us getting a decent, clean place to stay. And these cycles keep turning and turning and turning. Well, if they're willing to pay $200,000, well, let's raise the price up to $300,000 or $400,000. Let's raise this up. Let's stop that stuff, man. The reason why we divided is because of these things. That's the reason why we divided. If everybody could obtain a decent quality place to stay, a clean place to stay, then guess what happens? You start blending some of these tiers. You start suppressing some of these tiers because these tiers make us go against each other. These tiers keep getting us fighting against each other. You know what I'm saying? Just having a basic right. Now, hey, once you get that modest home or that clean home and you want to upgrade, you want to take it to another level, those that want to participate, they can participate. If you want to work 80 hours a week and you want more and more, those that want to participate. But I'm saying if you are a true hardworking individual where you go to work and you work for 40 hours minimum a week, you should easily be able to pay for a home, a car, and the basic necessities, food and everything else. It just should work. And if it's imbalanced like that, there should not be somebody making $8 million per hour. And that's just one person. Imagine other people making more than that. Think about this. You're able to pay somebody $8 million an hour, even though they weren't even the CEO at the time. What you think the CEO made? Then the company overall made a profit. What you think the company made? And you paying somebody $22, $30 an hour? Let's stop all of this crazy stuff and let's stop promoting these people, man. And let's get some real everyday people. Let's get some farmers in leadership. Let's get some garbage truck or waste disposal people. Let's promote them. Let's give them $5 and $10 to go to run for office. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't supposed to. It was a social-based program. It's called the government. Oh, we're going to get the richest person in the community, and that's who we're going to give all our money to because that's who we want to run for Senate. Or I'll move to this state because I know I make a lot of money, and because I make a lot of money, I stay in this state for 2 or 3 years, and then I run for office, and then they'll take care of me because ain't nobody making the kind of money I make. Because look how much money he made. He's rich. He gotta know what he's doing. And they keep just sticking it to you. And you keep looking back and say, give me more, give me more, give me more. Gotta let go, fam. Gotta let go. Let go. All right, y'all. Y'all stay blessed, stay well. And until the next time, the sun is out in Florida. It's been raining. It's been, North Florida. It's been raining like crazy. Thunder and lightning and all that good stuff. And now the beautiful sun is up. And guess what? I'm out. Y'all stay well, stay blessed, and don't forget to keep on growing. Grow. Holla.